Another name for God is the truth, the same, yesterday, today, and forever. Just like the human body he designed in his image. In the image of Jesus Christ. So here you go, okay? You've got a power leg, you've got a stronger side, you've got a dominant side, you've got an imbalance. Your body's damaged. Muscles, okay? They connect to bones through tendons. This video's title. On the 25th of May, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main side, having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. The muscles connect to bones through ligaments. That's not true. The muscles connect to bones through tendons, and the muscles only pull. We pull to close a hinge joint. We've got rotations. So on the opposing side, after we rotate a function, we pull to extend the same joint. You're never going anywhere else. The bones hit into each other and you're done. You'll never stretch to anywhere else. It's impossible. The bones hit into each other and you're done. There's only one way the human body could ever work, determined by the shape and length of the bones. Unless you change the shape or length, or I guess, right, of the bones, the body will never do anything else besides what it always has done. Yours, too. I can speak for you, right? Unless you go through something, but that's what I mean. Unless something does change, you're not going to change it through, like, exercising or something. Nope, it's impossible. Mechanically, mathematically. But what I am saying is, let me give you the fix, and I don't own this fix. It's nothing we could take credit for as In the Image Clothing Company, but we just understand this in depth, right? So if you've got your body in heels, on shoes, damage through the whole thing, right? Ropes, shoelaces, drawstrings, things like this tied one side over the other, twisting your whole body. We are In the Image Clothing Company, after all, but where these muscles connect to bones, okay? Through the tendons. The tendon is just only the size that it is, right? So the muscle comes along the bone and it connects to a bone on one end. The muscle comes along the bone and it connects to a bone on the other end. And now the muscle can do something. Pull. And only directly in line where it connects to the bones or the tendons. Okay? Now, if our bodies can't track in line, this is what I'm saying, chronic patterning. The only thing physically placed on our bodies, the literal wording of clothing our bodies with anything. You place clothing on your body and it's not working for your body, the only way your body functions mechanically is just where the bones connect. That's the only way it can move. Joints of material of clothing meshing with joints of body parts, right? For example, ropes tied evenly on the body. For example, shoelaces, drawstrings, pocket zippers, buttons, seams of any kind. Design choices in clothing. Whatever it is, stretch! Goes the opposite direction of the only way the muscles of the body could ever possibly work. Muscles only pull. Stretch pulls away. Stretch is new. Tens of years new as of today's date, the 25th of May, 2026, in clothing, right? So, In the Image Clothing Company's main side here, having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. Where these muscles connect to the bones through the tendons, if they're not pulling directly in line, which is all the muscles can do, but you've got something like an oversized top, and your shoulders are at the low end of their neutral position, right? Again, upper, middle, lower trapezius muscles on the back connecting the shoulder blades to the spine. One of the three bones of the shoulder there is the shoulder blade, right? Those big bones on the upper back. There's just a middle position. It meshes with the wrist being in the middle from down or up. It meshes with the elbow being in the middle from down or up, because the bottom end of the upper arm bone, called the humerus, is the elbow. And the top end of the upper arm bone, called the humerus, is the shoulder. Anywhere the elbow goes, the shoulder goes. The upper arm bone doesn't move by itself. It's just things around it moving it up and down, you know. Bone spurs, okay? That's where the muscle connects to the bone. And if it's not tracking in line at the bones, just any function like the wrist, right? You'll have that muscle be pulling on the bone in just a position the bone doesn't connect to the bone next to it. You get a bone spur. You pull on your bones in a position they don't actually move in, and where the muscles are pulling on these bones, connecting to them through a tendon, the bone excessively grows. And the tendon itself excessively grows as well, where it connects or inserts or adheres to the bone. So this video's title, we talk about a few things here, but the 25th of May, 2026, under In The Image Clothing Company's main side, having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body There's two sides to the body. If we get a bone spur built up somewhere, like on the pinky finger, on the outside of the hand here, when the hand's not just tracking in line in life, but let's say it's just dropped down at the low end of its neutral in the wrist, bone spur in the pinky finger musculature's insertion, where it moves the hand, right? The muscles stem from the elbow, they come down to the hand, all the way to the fingertips, right? All the muscles here, the fingertips, stem from the elbow. You can see them here in the light. As far as I can tell in this monitor right here, you can. Different length forefingers, meshing evenly around a different length opposable thumb that plays an entirely different function. There's only one way the human body could ever work, no opinion to it ever possible that could matter. Truly, it's mechanics, it's mathematics. Here's the thing. If we're not just tracking our hands in line at the bones, just the only way the finger bones can mesh together, but we're dropped, oversized top, oh shoot, pulls the shoulders down, travels down the whole chain of the arm, and now your wrists are dropped. You pull on your pinky finger from the musculature, and really all the fingers in the hand, all the bones in the hand, you know, making up a fourth of the bones in the entire body is just the bones in the hands. They have to track in line, or they're not going to ever work properly. So you get a bone spur built up. This is my point, though. If you get a bone spur built up, because, you know, we can talk about where it happens in the body, but the point is, for this video's title's sake, well, the point is this video's title. This is why it happens. Having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body, okay, the 25th of May, 2026, in the Image Clothing Company's main side here. Yeah, if your dominant side, the side you're using the most, living in this 85%, maybe 90%, give or take, right-handed world, we're just off to the side with our dominant side. It's almost always our right side, but sometimes it's the left if you're left-handed. You live in a right-handed world, regardless, here on Earth, in modern 2026 at least, but it'll stay that way. Don't believe me. I don't get to decide that, but probably, right? I just couldn't see it ever possibly changing to a left-handed world, right? We live in a right-handed world. So off to the right side is the point. You just drop your wrist. Collarbone drops down and out. Okay, the wrist drops when the whole arm drops. Now you use your hand for things in life. You've got a fourth of the bones of your whole body just in your hands. So you get bone spurs built up in your fingers, you know. There's a video here under In The Image Clothing Company's main site titled something about interlocking the fingers. Never interlock your fingers, right? What's that video titled exactly, though? About interlocking fingers. Anyway, you know, if you've got one side of your body lower than the other, it's going to be your right side. Almost certainly if you're right-handed. And so what happens is You get a bone spur built up. You know, you can't just pull your bones in line with your muscles that only pull if the bones just aren't meshing in line. Oversized top, for example. We're a clothing company. There's a neutral height to the shoulders. We've got joints of material of clothing meshing with bones. Okay, joints of body parts. At the edge of the shoulder. Who's crazy now? I'm getting progressively crazier. My name is Evan Strong. Watch this, okay? Bones tracking in line. They're gonna work nice and efficiently. Bones not tracking in line, and now we're just right-handed, and it's worse on the right side. Holy cow. Yeah, the bones get pulled on. It's as real as it gets. It's as obvious as it is once you see it. Okay, phrases we say under In the Image Clothing Company here. Where we do. Shoot. Anyway, it's just nuts because, yeah, you're going to get a bone spur on your pinky finger, okay, on the outside of your wrist here. And then up at the elbow because that's where the muscle is on the other end. And you're in a right-handed patterning, let's say, and you've got your dominant side being your right side. Now you've got this video's title on In the Image Clothing Company's main side on the 25th of May, 2026. Having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. Well, the problem is if you get a bone spur built up, which, like I'm saying, it's when the muscle pulls on the bone in an unnatural position, the bone actually grows larger and unnaturally shaped. Just because you've got years, right? Months, but years, tens of years, almost an entire lifetime. You're working around oversized clothing, let's say, right? And you're right-handed. And so, you just don't have joints of material of clothing meshing with the joints of your body parts, and so they just can't move where the body parts joints move. And it travels through the chain of your body. It's just a kinetic chain, okay? The chain of bones. Oh, hi there. It's actually a honeybee. Awesome. Really awesome. Yeah, honey's great. Honeybees are important for just, you know, the natural balance of things. Like balancing the upper, middle, and lower part of the body's functioning within its neutrals, you know, but also left and right and just front to back, everything, right? The body only works how it does. And so if you have a bone spur getting built up in your body, it's not only the bones that get unnaturally shaped, but it's also the tendon itself grows too, right? You pull on the bone and make the bone an unnatural shape and excessively large. Now the tendon that connects to the muscle on one side and to the bone on the other side, right? The muscle comes in, connects to the tendon. The tendon connects to the bone. The tendon pulls on the bone gets unnaturally grown and shaped, but so does the tendon it's attaching to, because the tendon's attaching to the bone. And so if the bone gets larger on only one side of the body, in a right-handed patterning, let's say, shoot, right? It couldn't be more real. Clothing, the literal wording of anything physically placed on the body. It's in the way if it's in the way, right? So, staying centered, fitting correct, being made in all the ways we can from 100% natural materials, no stretch, you know, nothing in the way in any way. We give information on how to do this clearly under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here, but things in the way, you know, you're just going to have a bone spur. And so now you've got a larger insertion. The bone's grown larger, the tendon grew larger, that the muscle connects to the bone through, just to match the bone, right? You get a bigger bone, you're going to get a bigger insertion for the muscle that comes and attaches to the bone, right? Having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body, this video's title, the 25th of May, 2026. Under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here. Well, yeah, you know, I've talked about before, as the founder of In the Image Clothing Company is the point, right? Me, Evan Strong. You'll never do anything to your body by massaging out the middle part of your muscle. It's just a muscle. All it does is pull, and then relax, and pull, and then relax, right? It's just one half of two sides of a function. There's only one way the human body could ever work. You're never going to help your body by just massaging your muscles. Ah, that sounds crazy. Come back in 5,000 years to our information under In the Image Clothing Company and see if what we were saying is still valid, and it will be, the basis of it at least. I mean, if I don't say everything exactly perfect, well, that's going to be the outcome. Okay, there you go. Anyway, so yeah, but muscles, they're just going to pull from where they insert at a bone to where they insert at another bone, directly in line. They're going to pull from where they insert at a bone to where they insert at another bone, directly in line. And that's all they're ever going to do. That's all they can possibly do, is pull and directly in line. Oh, what are we doing here? Like this. That's it. That's all they do. That's all the body could ever possibly do, musculature-wise, is pull directly from where it connects to where it connects. You lasso something with a rope, put a rope around something, you're only pulling from you to what the rope went around. You're not going to pull in any other direction besides the two endpoints, or multiple endpoints, but that's it. But if we get a bone spur, and your bone grows excessively large, and the insertion where the muscle connects to the bone through the tendon also gets excessively large, well, your whole muscle, truly, is going to have to grow excessively large to match the insertion to the bone. You're not going to have a really thick, big insertion of a tendon to a big bone and then just like a small muscle that's not proportionate to where it connects to the bone. And so this is what I'm saying, is you've got just the normal shape and length of your bones, right? But over time, if we've got patterning that creates a bone spur, oversized tops, right, and your arm's just trying to work around them, okay, and you drop your whole arm and your wrist. Now, the normal shape of the elbow, where a muscle inserts at a tendon to the bone and comes all the way out to the fingers, like the outside of the pinky finger, let's say, just to show an inline position is what I'm really saying. There's just a normal shape to the bones and then a normal insertion or connection the muscles have to those bones through the tendons, right? And then you've got the muscle in the middle. But if we unnaturally shape these things, right? You can't move in an oversized top. You just don't have bones meshing with material, right? Joints of bones and joints of clothing material. Joints of body parts and joints of clothing material. Meshing. Oversized tops, as one of the things. It's a big thing, though. You're going to get bones pulled on. You see people with pointy elbows, and you can tell it's like a little bit grown pointy. It's not just like normal. It's happened over time. A bone spur. There you go. It's the right side, almost always, if they're right-handed. That's this video's title. Having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. The 25th of May, 2026, under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here. Don't believe me? Walk around. Look at people's right elbow versus their left elbow. Measure the width of your right hand versus your left hand. Like I have done personally. I mean, there's videos currently, at least, under In the Image Clothing Company's main site here titled, well, under a folder currently at least titled Personal Patterning. Patterning in the wrist, patterning in the hands, patterning around the ear, really in the jaw area, but the ear cartilage, things like this, patterning in the feet, that I personally filmed as the founder and leader for life of In the Image Clothing Company. Okay. About my own body, though, imbalances. You can measure the width of your hands, like I'm saying, the pointiness, if you will, of your elbows, the width of your knees, the width of your feet. And that's where you get this video's title. Manifesting itself to you as truth. Having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. The 25th of May, 2026, In the Image Clothing Company's main side. And so it doesn't matter what you do to the main part of the muscle. You can massage the main part of your muscle out all day, every day for the rest of your life. If the bones have grown excessively through a bone spur, trying to work around things like clothing, And if the tendons that connect the muscles to the bones have grown excessively large, which they would have to, if the bones grew excessively large, that's why, is because the tendons are pulling on them. Well, then your muscles will actually be larger. I mean, you can measure the circumference around your arms, around your forearm, you know, from your wrist to your elbow, and these two bones, the radius and ulna and the forearm, that allow rotations, internal or external rotation. The bones just roll over each other. The bones just roll over each other. I clapped as I said it, but yeah, you know, you can measure the width. I mean, the circumference all the way around your forearm on your right one versus your left. You might have a larger dominant side. You can measure around your bicep and tricep area, the upper arm, the humerus, on the left side versus the right side. You might have a larger dominant side. And you can measure this all over the place, you know, at the joints, at the elbows and the knees, the ankles and the wrists, but you can measure the width of your hands, the width of your feet, your upper legs, the circumference around them, the femurs, right, the quadriceps and the hamstrings, the hip flexors, all the muscles on the upper legs. TFL, wow. The lower legs, right, the tibia and fibula, it's the same thing as, you know, in a lot of ways at least, the forearm. Radius and ulna, two bones in the forearm, allowing rotations, internal or external, from the neutral. There's only one way the human body could ever work, truly. It's the shape and length of the bones that determines it. But you might have a larger, there you go, dominant side to your body, measuring things like the circumference of your lower legs. So the 25th is today's date of May 2026. I'm the founder of In The Image Clothing Company. My name is Evan Strong. This video is titled, oh yeah, under our main side, one of our fourths to In The Image Clothing Company, having a larger or stronger dominant side of the body. Measure it. Don't believe me. Truth is truth. There's only one way the human body could ever work. It's measurable degrees of ranges of motion in hinges, levers, and rotations, determined by the shape and length of the bones, that changes with things like bone spurs. Now you've got a wider right hand than a left. If your dominant side's larger, that might be where. So this is why you try to massage out your muscles, though, because they're big. Imbalanced, right? From right to left or left to right. Dominant side is probably larger on you personally, unless you're extremely centered and just very, very, very intentional. Living in this imbalanced modern man-made world we place onto God's natural earth. Hi, Dante. Hi. There he is. Good boy. Good. He drug the stick over here. Tied him to a little stick just so he was kind of tied to something. Good. Good. Yay, good. But he was in the shade over there. Yeah, good boy. Good. Oh, wow. Awesome. I mean it. It's just crazy. He's so good. Oh, I love you. Oh, shoot. He's like a son. Seriously. He's amazing. Anyway, you'll have a larger right side, you know, if you've got bone spurs. Because having a less efficient working in your body just causes the things in the body to grow larger. The musculature. There's a lot of ants there, Dante. You know that. He was laying here the other day, too, but yeah, you know, the musculature just being used more, but in a position that's just not ideal if we're just off to the side of our body more on our dominant side, and gravity's still just in the center line. Now we're just less efficient because we're fighting Earth's gravity off to the side. And, you know, if you reach out away from yourself in a way where you're just not neutral at the joints, you know, just like farther than you can reach, and things just compensate and change their position to try to get other things to just go farther, like the hand, they'll compensate at the shoulder, you know, yeah, you'll create bone spurs in your body, you know, you will. You're going to pull on your bones where the muscles insert to them through the tendons. The bones grow excessively large. The muscles will have to grow excessively large to mesh the excessively large bone that the excessively large tendon connects the muscle to. And so now your whole muscle will just be larger because it's connecting to a larger area. Well, look at my hand, right? If I use my hand in a position that's not neutral and just open my hand up more, Dante, Don't eat anything. It's okay. I'm not mad at you yet. I'm just snapping at you before you eat something off the ground. It's okay. It's okay. Good. You don't have to drag around a stick all over the place. I put you in the shade so you're cooler. The Mojave Desert, you know, it's hot. Your muscle will grow larger. Connecting to a larger bone. Larger because of a bone spur. Larger because it's on your dominant side. It's working less efficiently because it's not in a neutral position if it isn't. It's harder to keep your body in a neutral position just the farther away from yourself you go. But you just got to reach for things in life. If you do, you know, and the body just changes its positioning if it's not within its only ranges of motion. Alright, so you create bone spurs. Larger bones, larger tendons, the muscle grows larger to connect to the larger bone through the larger tendon. Okay, imbalanced right side. This video's title, on the 25th of May, 2026. My name is Evan Strong. This is In The Image Clothing Company. Yeah, anyway, right. Having larger or stronger parts of your body on its dominant side. That's not exactly how the title's worded, but yeah. So there you go, right? You'll never fix your muscles. That's what I mean. You're never going to massage your muscles to get them to feel better. You're always going to have an inability to work so well on your dominant side if it's any farther away from the center line of your body than your non-dominant side. It's just what it is. There's two sides to the body, and there's the vertical pull to Earth's gravity that never changes. It's bone in the center line of the body, even muscles on either side, you know? Just is what it is. Clothing, though, is imbalanced. And a lot of people's designs in modern 2026 Alright? Airplane. So many less airplanes here, though, than where there were before we moved down here to St. George, Utah. About a month ago, you know? Man. Wait for the wind, airplane noise, you know? So, you know, you've got places like the pinky finger, the elbow, the Achilles tendon, you know, where the heel of the foot, the right foot's not tracking in line because your dominant side's your right side and your foot points out because you're just off to the right side if you are, instead of centered, you know. Your right foot will externally rotate, just point out away from your body, and the foot's just a lever off the hinge of the ankle, okay? And there's that tendon coming down the rear of the lower leg to the heel of the foot, you know. And so there's the tendon inserting to the bone of the heel of the foot, and then the muscle connecting up to the rear of the knee joint. And that's what allows us to point our feet, flex our feet. So yeah, I mean, you're wearing heels on shoes, you're already going to have a bone spur on your Achilles tendons, just on the rear of your heel, your feet, because the neutral is the surface of the horizontal planet Earth. You know, here's the wind. So like I'm saying, you know, if you can hear me through the wind, right? Good boy, Dante. This video is crazy. It's awesome. But this wind is, I'm just kind of waiting for it a little bit. I don't know how loud it is necessarily right now on the microphone, but I sound like a rapper, don't I? I am a rapper. I'm waiting for the wind. It might not die down until the video's over. It might not, which is what it is, but shoot. You'll just have bone spurs on the heels of your feet. If you're already just in plantar flexion a little bit from the neutral, you know, zero drop, determine any brand of shoe, just flat on the bottom. shoot, right? So the point is, we break up the scar tissue, the bone spurs. That's what we do here under In the Image Clothing Company's main site. That's how we allow the body to work, right? Our slogan here, allowing the body to work. Yeah, the wind, man. I just do some kind of like crazy thing right now. Cartwheel or something. I don't know what's going on a lot of the time. But I know a lot about this. I couldn't claim it at this point. No way, right? So, yeah, good too. That's good. Anyway, the right foot, you know, bone spur, the Achilles tendon, you're always gonna have calf problems. The muscle on the rear of your lower leg on the right side. You've got an imbalance. You've got a larger dominant side because of that. It's through the whole body. I guess that's all I'm saying in this video, because I feel like it's probably time to wrap it up. Thank you. In the Image Clothing Company. Yeah, shoot. Music, another one of our fourths. Check us out if you want to. This is ridiculous. I'm just grateful. It's so hard to film these videos, no matter where I try to do it. I mean, no matter when, no matter what day or anything. Oh my heavens. No matter the topic, I mean, so much that comes up. No matter what I try to change about it, you know, like physical location or whatever, so. Anyway, breaking up the scar tissue. You break up the scar tissue. You break up the bone spur.